Welcome to drboycetv.com, the home for intelligent black people. My name is Dr. Boyce Watkins, and I want to say hello to everybody, and I hope you guys are having a good day. Today, I wanted to talk quickly about something that I saw online where there were comparisons between Coach Prime and Muhammad Ali. Apparently, some of the mainstream media outlets got a hold of a conversation about Coach Prime and his Colorado Buffaloes kind of getting their butts kicked this weekend by the University of Oregon. Well, some people have actually compared the racial reaction or the reaction to Coach Prime losing to Muhammad Ali. They've literally said that they don't like him because he's got that Muhammad Ali in his blood, and they don't like uppity Negroes. Well, I'm going to talk about Ali versus Prime and let you know the difference. And basically, the bottom line is that Prime is no Muhammad Ali. So get comfortable, buck up a seatbelt, hit the thumbs up button. We're getting started on drboycetv.com right now.
Here we are, clan the isms, cataclysm, great. Our people out here struggling, trying to make it in this state. Everybody out here doing it, but we the ones who late. Now family, we the ones who gotta delegate. Get that money in the power, never be fake. Stick to cosign for 3. What did he say? Create jobs, support our own. Educate the same and buy back your home. Got 3 degrees, triple 10. 3 PhDs, now we on the CNN. DBTV, let's talk about negligence. Ignorance is bliss, but we can turn it to intelligence. Believe none of what you hear, half of what you see. Let's break it down here on Dr. Boyce TV. Here we are.
Black people. My name is Dr. Boyce Watkins. Let's do a quick audio check. Give me a yes in the chat if you can hear me. Let me know if you can hear me okay. Also, I want to say hello to Brother Man and Yolanda Baker. You're the first ones in here. Go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. Hit that thumbs up button, notification bell, and everything else. Let us know that we are here and that you can hear us and that we can have this conversation. All right. So anyway, let me tell you guys what got my attention today. I thought this was worth discussing. This is pretty funny. I saw some commentary online. Some of it coming from my good friend Deion Thomas, who's a former NBA player, as well as an article that I saw from AZ Central. And in this discussion, they've been kind of comparing Deion Sanders to Muhammad Ali. And the reason they're making this comparison, it appears, is because Ali also, like Sanders, had a lot of confidence. And also, like Sanders or like Ali's, both of these guys had a lot of people that were waiting for them to fail. They had a lot of people, particularly white people, who didn't like their behavior or their attitude and kind of felt that they were being uppity Negroes, right? And so anyway, I wanted to kind of chime in on this discussion so we could be 100% clear. In case anybody got tempted to make this sort of comparison and analogy, is that Deion Sanders is a great man. He's an extraordinary athlete. I have his jersey on my wall, but he is not Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali was a different kind of person. He was a different kind of athlete, a different kind of human being, and a different kind of black man. And I think it's really important that we talk about that distinction between the two before we get carried away. Because sometimes we like to think that everything's about being flashy and being swaggy and white people writing you big checks and all this other stuff. But you got to understand, Ali was deeper than that. Ali was about more than just the money. Ali actually was one of the last few athletes, great athletes, to truly be about his people. I mean, to really, truly represent the black community in an unapologetic way, to really be willing to walk away from lots and lots of money in order to stand by his people. Give me a yes if you understand. And also give me a yes if you understand that we can have this conversation without disrespecting Coach Prime. There's no disrespect here. There's no, saying, oh, he's a bad person. Oh, I want him to lose. I don't want him to lose. I want him to win. I wasn't cheering against him in that game against Oregon. I was actually looking forward to seeing what he's able to do. And so some of the conversations, I saw a couple tweets about it. And I also saw, it looked like the Ricky Smiley show. I think they had some discussions about the racial aspect of Coach Prime's loss, and he called it an old-fashioned butt whooping. That's what they took. I mean, if you're a football fan and you saw that game, there was no disputing who the dominant team was. It was absolutely it was tough. It was a really tough game to be if you're a Colorado fan. And so anyway, after they took this loss, there were people who, particularly white people, who seemed to take a great thrill in watching him lose, and because they probably have an issue with his confidence. And then there are also some black people who wanted to see him lose. Maybe they were not happy because he left Jackson State. I was not a person who wanted him to lose. I was not happy that he left Jackson State, though. But just be clear. But also, I was not cheering against him. I am not that petty. I'm not interested in wishing bad things on another black man just because he did something different from what I would have wanted him to do. But anyway, let me talk to you about Coach Prime versus Muhammad Ali and what makes the difference. I know a lot of people, they only saw the flashy side of Ali. They saw when Ali had all that confidence and all that swag, and he would just sort of talk about his opponents and who he was going to beat and everything else. That Ali was so much more than that. He was so much more than that. In fact, first off, you can start with the very basics. Give me a yes if you agree. I think that Ali would have not left Jackson State to go to Colorado. I don't think Ali is the guy that would have said, "Oh yeah, let me just go and play in Colorado because they're going to pay me more money because I don't want to deal with being around black people. I don't want to deal with being around this chaos. I don't want to deal with the hard work required to build a program. I'd rather just go somewhere where they're already established, where they've already got money in the bank and they've already got the resources to pay me." That's the first distinction. Ali, in my view, would probably not have left Jackson State. If he went there, he would have wanted to stay because he wanted to be around his people. That was his legacy. Also, the other things that Ali did that made him different from Coach Prime is that Ali really represented black people to the fullest. Like Ali made it 100% clear. Everything he did was all about the black community. He was hanging out with the Nation of Islam. He was rolling with Malcolm X. He changed his name to Muhammad Ali. Deion Sanders, if you look at his whole career, again, he's a great player. I love him. I told you, I got his jersey on my walls, an autographed jersey. I'm very proud of that. But Coach Prime was a great athlete, and that was kind of it. He was a great athlete and a great entertainer, right? He was kind of like, said he didn't hang with Malcolm X. He didn't hang with the Malcolm X types. He hung with MC Hammer, right? He's not a guy that will be with, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. He'd be with Lil Wayne on the sideline, right? So he is an athlete / entertainer / extraordinary coach, and I think a great father and everything else, but he's not Muhammad Ali. So please stop with that. Like, if you hear anybody make that comparison, please shut it down. They're not the same. They're very, very different. Also, I want to ask you this. Do you think that Deion Sanders would have remember, Ali turned down millions of dollars to make a very dramatic political statement. He made a statement about not fighting in the Vietnam War, and he linked it to race. He said, anybody remember that? Where he said, "Ain't no Viet Cong never called me nigga." You know what I mean? Y'all remember that? Where Ali was basically saying, like, hey, I'm not going to fight for a country that won't fight for me. I'm not going to deal with a country that will oppose me when I want freedom. You'll oppose me when I want justice. You'll oppose me when I want equality, right? Anybody remember those speeches Ali gave? And that's what Ali carried. He carried that blackness on his chest in every single way. And I've never seen Coach Prime do that. I'm not saying Coach Prime's not a great man in his own right. I'm just saying he's never done this. He's never been a Muhammad Ali. So I want to lay this out especially for the young people who think that all Ali was a flashy guy who danced in the ring and who could beat his opponents. No, he was a guy that transcended his sport. Ali was an extraordinary humanitarian. Ali was an extraordinary leader. Ali was a guy who really inspired millions of people that knew nothing about boxing. Ali went over to Africa and he fought Big George Foreman. Everybody thought he was going to get killed. You got to watch that movie. I think it's called When We Were Kings. In this movie, When We Were Kings, Ali was going over there to fight Foreman, and everybody thought he was going to get whooped. Everybody thought he was going to get destroyed. And he went over there and he was running with the people. The celebrities were all sort of hidden away from everybody. He was out running with the little African kids, and they'd all see him running. They'd all be running behind him. He had that effect where everyone just loved him so much. He was such a great man. Then he got in the ring and he starts doing his Ali Boomaye, Ali. So the whole crowd starts yelling, Ali Boomaye, Ali Boomaye. Like, he was clearly 100% a man of the people. And that's the point. I'm not saying Prime can't be or isn't on some level, but Ali just was so connected to blackness. And he would talk about how the power of blackness and being in Africa was what was going to give him the strength to fight George Foreman. That's how real this guy was. So what I would just say at the end of the day is, like, please don't make that comparison. If people want to see Coach Prime lose, yeah, I mean, that's what happens, right? When you are confident, everybody wants to see you fail. Everybody wants to see you fall. Welcome to the club. Coach Prime's been used to that. He's been a winner his whole life. He knows what it feels like to have people waiting for you to fail. Just in case, for those of you that are winners or are going to be winners, give me a yes if you want to be a winner. Give me a yes if you want your kids to be a winner. Give me a yes in the chat. Type the word winner in the chat. Also, type the word winner to say that that's what we are. That's what B1 people are. We're winners. And well, let me tell you, if you're going to be a winner or you are a winner, Just know that when you are a winner, everyone will wait for you to lose. Everyone will, because it's interesting to watch a winner have to deal with and confront being a loser, right? And then people wonder if that's going to be temporary or it's going to be permanent. And I think for Coach Prime, what makes him great is that his status as a loser is always temporary. He said, "Yeah, I lost the battle, but I will not lose the war," and that is what shows in his character. And you see it already. You already see it showing up in his character. Now, will his players have that same level of character? That's yet to be determined. I think that they enjoy the shine, they enjoy the fame, they enjoy the big money, but can they enjoy? Can they deal with the adversity? That's the $1 million question. And that's also what Coach Prime will do for them in terms of making them into men. And that's why I respect him. But let's stop comparing Ali to Deion, because they not the same, y'all. Please don't do that. That's just because you can't pretend like somebody did things that they did not do, right? You can't pretend like Sanders made the same sacrifices for the black community that Ali did. Ali lost millions. Ali walked away from millions, taking a stand for black people. Ali gave it all. I mean, it gave it all away. Give me a yes or no. Give me a yes or no. Do you think that most of your most famous celebrity black folks would give it all away on behalf of black people? What do you, yes or no? You saw Nick Cannon, getting his butt kicked by the Jewish community because he did an interview with Professor Griff, and Nick folded up. He folded up like a paper bag real quick. He folded up and shut it down because he wants to make $100 million a year so he can take care of all them damn babies he's having. Right? That's what Nick had to do. Nick, when it got too real, when it got too hot, Nick walked away. When it got too serious, when he really had to really be black, Nick said, "I ain't trying to really be black like that. I can get out and tell jokes and be black. Right? I can go out and be on TV shows and be black. I can drive in a Mercedes and be black, but when it comes to getting punished for being black, I don't want that part of the black experience. I'll leave that to y'all." Right? It's because I got to go make some babies and go raise money to pay child support, right? And that's okay. I'm not knocking it because most people aren't built that way, and it's okay. But what I'm saying is that Ali was that guy, though. Ali really was that guy. He was really that guy that would make that sacrifice. He really did that. And really, you almost have to look at it and say, man, that was a lot. A lot of people can't do what Ali did. I'm not saying I expect these guys to be like Ali. I'm saying only Ali could be like Ali. It's very rare, very few people that can really walk away from millions of dollars. See, a lot of us, a lot of y'all, a lot of us in here, I don't know. I've never had somebody offer me $100 million before. I could, I have a PhD in finance. I could go to Wall Street and probably make more money or whatever. But and that's fine. But I've never been confronted with that, and I know most of the people in this chat haven't. Right. So before we can judge what Deion does or judge what Nick Cannon did, let somebody write you a $20-30 million check and see how committed you are to whatever it is you're committed to. It's very easy to be committed to being an outsider when you are on the outside. It's very hard to be committed to being an outsider when you are warmly invited on the inside. That takes a lot of character and a lot of courage, and Ali was that guy. He had it. He proved it. He did it. Deion, love him. Great guy, great athlete, great coach, great human being. He ain't no Muhammad Ali, and I think even Deion would agree with everything I just said. Okay, so let's shade Ali. Let's give him that man that respect. I'm from Louisville, so it makes me a little bit biased. I ain't gonna lie. My daddy, in fact, in this box, let me see. I think I got mine. You know what? I don't have it nearby. I'm gonna show y'all this one day. I have this plaque my dad gave me years ago. I don't know where that thing is, but it has a handprint of Ali. Ali's handprint is on this plaque. And because he used to tell me stories about this man when I was a kid, and that gave me courage to get through some of my tougher experiences. So anyway, guys, hit the thumbs up button, thumbs up, share. Make sure you subscribe. This podcast is on Spotify. So if you go to Spotify or if you go to Apple and look up Boyce Watkins, you can find the podcast there. Also, we have a social media platform that is Black owned. It is it's our space where there's freedom of speech and you can do your thing. There's 50,000 of you on there. It's called Blaggenuf. It's spelled BLAGGENUF, BLAGGENUF. Everybody can't get in. You have to answer 3 questions, and we have to make sure that you're B1, and we want to make sure it's positive. So if you're coming in with that craziness, we're going to boot you out. But if you are B1, you want to connect with other B1 people in a peaceful space, just go to blaggenuf.com. It's right there on the screen, BLAGGENUF. Also, my new book is called The 10 Commandments of Black Economic Power. hour. If you'd like to get a copy of the book, you can go to drboycebooks.com. We also have financial flashcards for kids, financial workbooks, and even my wife's books are also on the bookstore. So go to drboycebooks.com if you'd like to go check out some of that stuff. All right, guys. Well, please have a wonderful day. God bless you. I look forward to seeing you guys at the All Black National Convention in Atlanta on October 20th. We're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to learn a lot and really connect in a meaningful way. So that's allblacknationalconvention.com. Have a good day, everybody. God bless you. And to Coach Prime, good luck, man. I hope that I hope the rest of the season is better than that Oregon game, because that was tough. That was really tough. But, you know, Oregon's a tough football team. So I'll see you guys later. Have a good one. Peace.
Here we are, clanting the isms, cataclysm, great. Our people out here struggling, trying to make it in this state. Everybody out here doing it, but we the ones who late. Now family, we the ones who gotta delegate. Get that money in the power, never be fake. Stick to cosign for 3. What did he say? Create jobs, support our own. Educate the same and buy back your home. Got 3 degrees, triple 10. 3 PhDs, now we on the CNN. DBTV, let's talk about negligence. Ignorance is bliss, but we can turn it to intelligence. Believe none of what you hear, half of what you see. Let's break it down here on Dr. Boyce TV. Here we are.